everyone, welcome to episode 42 of Otome Shimai.
I'm Vicky.
And I'm Vika.
And we are sisters who play Otome games.
Hello, sister.
Hi, sister.
What's today's topic?
Today we are doing Reviews and Twos, Virche Evermore, Error Salvation, Part 1.
Spoiler-free.
Spoiler-free.
That's right, we're doing Virche Evermore spoiler-free, so all the zetsubou without the spoilers.
All the zetsubou without the spoilers, which means that there's actually no zetsubou in this episode because every single piece of zetsubou is like a spoiler.
That's true. Well, not all of it.
Yeah, not all of it.
The beginning zetsubou where you like learn about just the story is zetsubou.
Yeah, like the whole
premise is
zetsubou.
And for those of us who don't know what zetsubou is, because I just realized we started saying zetsubou over and over again.
It's Japanese for despair.
Yes, it's Japanese for despair. So get that one in. I'm going to be saying despair. I'm going to be saying zetsubou. And I'm just going to be generally being sad the whole time because this story is so sad. Anyways, we're doing our reviews and twos. This is a spoiler-free episode. But first, who are you doing this week?
Oh, you have such a pretty voice, sister.
Thank you.
I love your voice. I want to go karaoke with you again. I want to sing Total Eclipse of the Heart with you.
That's a good one. We do that one a lot.
Yeah, we do that one a lot.
I also like doing Careless Whisper.
yeah.
Anyways.
Boy Is Mine.
Boy Is Mine. That's a good one, too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, karaoke's on the list.
I'm on a boat.
Not that one.
But I like that one.
Okay, you can do I'm on a boat. Okay, back to the episode. Who are you doing this week, sister?
Oh, I've been playing Ikemen villain. I'm doing Harry's route. I'm doing Harrison. He has the curse of the lying fox, and so he lies, and then he doesn't lie, and he can tell when people are lying, and there has a lot to do with lying in his route, but there also doesn't have a lot to do with lying in his route, and it's interesting.
Okay, that sounds pretty dope. Like, I'm into that. I'm also playing Ikemen villain.
Oh, yeah? Who are you playing?
I'm doing Alphonse route. He is the mirror in Snow White.
Okay. What does that mean?
What does that mean? He, dreams become beliefs, and he basically just gets the MC to have sex with him without her actually, agreeing to it.
That doesn't sound good. That sounds bad.
It really doesn't sound good. But I'm in chapter 7, so we'll see what happens.
Oh, I'm in chapter 15 because there was a collection event and I wanted to do Lucky Time, so I used all my story tickets.
Well, I mean, the concept of, well, I don't know if that's the concept, but Alphonse as a character is basically just a gigantic hedonist.
He looks like a butler.
He looks like a butler, but he is just like all about doing the things, the gambling, the smoking, the drinking, the sexing, all of it.
Well, I'm glad you're the one doing his route and not me because I would lose patience very, very quickly.
You would. I've also lost a little bit of patience, but I'll get back into it later today.
I mean, it's really interesting because with Harrison, they kind of make him out to be that type of character, but he's not. He just kind of like
he seems
does
a little
his thing.
uptight, to be honest.
He's not.
He's not?
No, he's honestly like...
He's just a liar.
Yeah. But he like, so far, he lies about dumb shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I will see. I think I'll get to like Alphonse as time goes on. But right now, it's very like she's getting to know him. She's trying to understand, like she's following him around. Weird shit's happening.
She's sleeping with him.
Yes, she's also...
I am not sleeping with Harrison yet.
No, yeah, she is. The first scene with them together in her room is he's like, "I'm your boyfriend now," and she's like, "Okay."
Anyways, we're not here to talk about Ikemen villain.
No, we're not, but we probably will talk about it a lot more in the future. So let's talk about zetsubou. How long have we been playing this game?
So I've been trying to finish this game for a better part of a year, and I finished like a week and a half ago.
Yay!
Yeah.
So,
I've been playing a little bit at a time because it's intense.
Yes, it is. I got this game when it came out for Christmas. I remember I was at home with my sister and our family, and I'm pretty sure our dad bought it from our wish list.
Wait. Did Dad buy it
I'm
for
pretty
you?
sure Dad bought this game from my wish list.
That's really funny.
And I was like, "You don't know what this is, Dad, but thank you very much."
That's real. Okay.
Yes. So I've been holding on to this game for a very long time. It is now summer hot in 2025, and this game came out in 2023. So you guys do the math.
I can't get over the fact that, like, our 75-year-old father bought you this game.
He didn't know better. He was like, wow, it's on her wish list. I'll buy it.
I mean, he does know a little bit about video games. He's played, like, a lot of helicopter simulators.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm just saying. I'm pretty sure he was just like, a video game that she wants. Cool, I will buy it.
That sounds like him.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's talk about the summary. So first, I'm going to make a disclaimer.
Yeah, please disclaim.
The disclaimer is that all of these words are some sort of like made up French, like German situation, and
Vicky can't pronounce any of the French words. I don't speak French at all. I'm very, very bad at, like, I'm not a good language person, so...
You do a pretty good job with Japanese.
I lived in Japan for 3 years.
Okay, well, we'll try our best, guys. I will probably go back and forth between trying to pronounce it somewhat authentically and just pronouncing it the way they say it in the game, which is with a very heavy Japanese accent.
I think you and your master's degree in linguistics will do great.
I disagree, but, you know, I'll try. Okay, so here's where we start. So we start in a small country in Western Europe. They say it's in Western Europe. We don't know why or how. It just vaguely seems
it's an
French,
island.
German, Western European.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's called Arpachelle. 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 I'm going to get it out, okay? Arpachelle. I think in the game they say Arpechuru. Arpechuru? Arpecheru?
Arpachilli.
Something like that. So I'm probably not going to say the name of the island very often. This country is surrounded by the ocean. It's basically an island in the middle of the ocean. And it's got black flowers that border the whole place, and they're called the licorice noirge.
Yeah.
And
spider lilies.
Spider lilies. So licorice are spider lilies. Normally they're red. This version is called licorice noirge, which is black, basically.
Don't eat spider lilies.
Don't eat spider lilies. Well, don't eat real spider lilies because they're poisonous, but also don't eat these spider lilies
they're
because
more
they'll
poisonous.
kill you. So anyways, so people who are born in this country are born with what's called a death curse, and it basically means no one can live past 23.
Mm-hmm. And everyone in the country, they hate their short-term lives.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you know, living until 23, knowing you're going to die at 23, that would really suck.
Yeah.
So after many years of research, they created the quote-unquote memory download, where a body that dies by the age of 23 is discarded,
Mm-hmm.
and only the memories can live on.
Mm-hmm.
So those who live forever through that memory download are known as relivers and continue to resist their short lives as clones.
Okay, well, they don't call them clones.
No,
but
they call them
basically
relivers,
clones.
but they're clones with downloaded memories.
Yes, and the whole concept of the reliver thing is that they get to 23, their body is gonna poop out on them, and so they're like, I want to keep living, so I'll just spend all my money and I'll become a clone, and then I'll just keep getting to live, and then we just do that over and over and over again.
Yeah, so it's like they go and upload their memory every once in a while so that whenever they die, they'll have something to download into a new body.
Yeah. I remember there was this scene in the beginning where she's walking down the street and she sees someone being carted out of their house after they died, and the guy who's with her is like really happy about her dying, his wife or whatever.
I don't
It was very strange.
It was weird.
Anyways,
so meanwhile, there's a girl just trying to live her life who people straight up call Death, because most of the people she's involved with dies, and that's you.
Mm-hmm.
You play as her. That's Ceres. At the start of the game, she's about to end her life because, you know, that really fucking sucks. And a mysterious man who calls himself the Watchman of Death appears before her.
That's right, the Watchman of Death.
Mm-hmm.
This game the first scene of this game is so depressing.
Yeah.
It's immediately it's a sad game.
Yeah, no, it shows you what it is right away.
Despair. So she meets the Watchman of Death. They make an agreement between him, the Shinigami of Death, and
Shinigami of Death, the
yes,
Death God of Death,
the Shinigami. They call him the Shinigami.
the ATM machine.
I know it's redundant to say Shinigami of Death, isn't it?
It is.
Well, anyways, this guy, the Watchman, who is not Death, but you think he is, and Ceres, who apparently is Death, but you don't know that she is, or rather, you do know that she is, but I don't know. It's a whole thing. She tries to uncover the truth of the various mysteries of death that haunt this country, whether she likes it or not. And she does it without knowing that despair is the fate that awaits all those that are loved by original death.
Death.
Yep.
Zetsubou.
Death. Despair. That's the scheme. This whole game is just death and despair.
It's not happy. Don't expect happy.
But it's fun.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay, let's do some world building.
Okay.
So the island Arpechele, the country is called
Arpachili.
Yes, Arpachili. It's so spicy.
So
So spicy with all those death flowers.
So spicy.
They call it the land possessed by death. And like I said, it's in the middle of the ocean, surrounded by these liquorous nuages that are the black flowers of misfortune. Basically, the country's been in isolation for so long that, like, no one can leave it and no one can go to it. So there's like strong currents around it, and there's this whole border of death flowers. So they're kind of just stuck there living their own lives, trying to
very isolated.
Yeah, they're super, super isolated. So it's a small country, and it's comprised of 3 individual districts. There's Koen, which is the largest and the biggest
park.
Not Koen, but Koen. How do they pronounce it in the Japanese? Kone, kurunu, kunu, kune. I don't know. I got
park. It's a park. It's not a park.
It's not a park, but it does have a market.
It does have a market.
It's the largest district. It's where Ceres lives. It's honestly where most people in this country live.
Yeah, it's like the middle and lower classes live.
Yeah, and the key fact that I saw when I was looking this up on the website was that it is the district that has the most orphanages and a market.
So it has parentless children and stores where the parentless children can go and buy things.
So, yeah, sure. Okay, so there's that. There's also Sheddies? Whatever. This is where all the wealthy people live. This is where Matisse lives.
The 1%.
The 1%. It's a very small group. And basically they're like, we are living in ignorance and we're all just relivers. That's their concept.
We're going to live forever and just be assholes and sit on top of our gold like Scrooge McDuck.
Yes. Although they do give a lot of their gold to the Institute, which is the organization that one of the main characters works for. He's the researcher for, and the royal family.
But they do that so that they can keep living and sitting on their piles of gold like Scrooge McDuck.
Correct. So that's Chedi. And then there's Cernaval. That's the other place. This is the 3rd district, and this is where the Research Institute is. So that's where Xi'an works. That's where the castle is. That's where all the crazy sciencey stuff happens, basically.
Yeah, and whenever you see it, it literally just looks like a big empty plaza and then a giant-ass building.
Yep. Oh, and I have to mention that the thing I like about this whole liquidus noirs thing is not only are the liquidus noirs like surrounding the country as a border, but they're kind of like everywhere. When you look at all of the CGs of the background, they're like just growing everywhere. And it's really interesting because people can't pluck the flowers.
No, you touch them and you die.
So if you're a person who only lives till 23 and you go up to a flower and you pluck it and you know you're going to die, you're like, why would I want to do this? So they just leave them growing everywhere. So don't pick the liquidus noirs.
Yeah.
And don't eat them either.
Don't click the link.
Don't click the link?
Yeah, don't click the link, because then you'll get a virus downloaded to the hard drive that is your body, and you will die.
Yeah. Yeah, that's this game.
Yeah.
Poison. Sorry. Let's talk about our lovely MC, Ceres.
Ceres. So what do we think of Ceres?
I really like Ceres. Like, I think as a character, she's just a girl living her life, trying, and if I were her, I probably would be feeling all the feels.
Yeah, so this game is insane. Every single one of the LIs is insane. Ceres is pretty damn normal.
Yeah, it's very interesting.
Yeah, like besides the fact that people call her death and everyone around her dies, like she's
That's she's the normalist.
She's just like a teenage girl who's trying to live her life, and then the plot happens to her. And usually that's something that we complain about in a game, if the MC is just like this girl who's like there and the plot happens to her. But I think in this game it kind of works, because the whole point is that she is just a normal girl, and there's no reason why this bullshit should be happening to her.
Yeah, it's wild. I really like the way you said it, that the plot just happens to her. Yeah, it's an extraordinary amount of plot.
Yeah, and there's not a lot that she can do about it, because she's just a normal girl.
Yeah, like Truly, I do actually like Sidis's character a lot. For a girl who is death and where everyone around her dies, she's actually a pretty nice character.
She's a very nice.
She's lovely.
She's a very nice human being.
Yeah. She tries her best. She's very kind.
Yeah, she takes care of the kids at the orphanage. She runs errands for her mom. Well, she tries to take care of the other kids at the orphanage, but because she has the reputation of being deaf, they're all afraid of her. But,
That's right. She also tries to run errands for her mom, but, nobody in town wants to talk to her because she has the reputation of being deaf. So
it sucks.
It sucks. Yeah. So that's what I think of Sidis. I like her a lot, but plot.
Yeah, plot. So what about the allies?
All right, let's go down the list. We'll talk about Ib first.
Ibu, he's weird. He's a very strange man.
He's weird, but I love him.
He's a very strange man.
So cute. I love him. He's so sweet.
So he works as he co-owns and co-runs this company, Kurune, and they help people. That's what they do.
They're just two guys who help people
and get paid for
it. They pay them to do stuff.
Yeah, literally anything. Help me
build a house,
help me carry my groceries,
help me get a cat out of a tree.
I need help on my farm. That's what he does. He is a helping person because that's all he wants to do in life. And in fact, I think at first he didn't even want to get paid for helping. His partner was like, "No, we got to get paid for this shit."
Yeah,
and he was like, "Are you sure? No, I just want to help."
Yeah.
You also want to live on the street?
Yeah. No, I like him a lot. I like Ibu. He has a very unfortunate streak of bad luck.
He does have a streak of bad luck.
Poor guy. He has the worst luck and he cannot cook.
Oh, his cooking is scary.
It's awful.
Yeah. That is a plot point in both the common route and his route.
Yes,
his cooking
it is. Just don't eat what he makes.
Don't eat the food he makes.
Danger. What about Lucas? Lucas Prost.
Luca is a teacher, actually. He's a little bit older than Ceres, and he was Ceres' teacher. He goes around to all the orphanages, and he teaches the kids. He's very religious, and...
He's very against becoming a reliver.
Yeah, he's very against becoming a reliver.
Yeah, so there's two factions in this game. I think we should have mentioned that in the story building. There's two factions in this game. One where, people just become relivers, and that's how they do things, and others where they're like, no, we want to live as natural humans. Yeah. And so he's kind of on that side.
He's pretty.
He is very pretty.
Yeah.
He's a very pretty man.
Oh, Ceres has a bit of a crush on him, from the very beginning. Which makes sense because he's her teacher and he's pretty.
I kind of did like that aspect. The fact that she kind of knew him set up for a lot in his story, which we'll talk about in the next episode.
Some of these allies she has known for a very long time, and some of them she meets at the beginning of the story.
At the beginning of the story, she just meets Ibu. He's watching her in the field like a creeper, but he just, he walks up to her and he's like, hi.
Yeah, but Luca's been around. Luca's been around.
What about Matisse?
Matisse is another one who she just meets. He is a little rich boy who hides in his house. He's very shy. He has very long hair. He doesn't know how to speak to people. He reads a lot. And he's just a quiet, shy little goober.
Yeah, he's cute.
He's just a baby.
He's very cute. The thing about Matisse, I feel like I would have liked his character a little bit more, but he just the babiness.
Yeah,
he's too baby.
He's 17.
I really like the One-san vibe. I do like it.
Yeah,
and I don't think that his character
Matisse
character was supposed to be that, but it's too baby.
Yeah,
too baby for me. He's too sweet, too innocent.
He doesn't know anything.
Yeah, he's a crybaby. He's very cute though.
Yeah.
What about Xian? Oh, this is the opposite of crybaby.
Xian. So Xian is the guy who invented the technology to make people become relivers.
He's God.
Yeah, they actually refer to him as God.
They call him God. Which is really, that doesn't make any sense because he's not very godlike.
No, he's not. He is a dude who is very focused on his research and cares basically about nothing else. He is very rude and standoffish and does not care about people or emotions. He just wants to do his research and have, like, everyone else fuck off.
Yeah. His whole thing is he's trying to, like, make the most perfect reliver.
Yeah.
Like, the most sustainable reliver.
Yeah, he's trying to improve the technology to make it so, because even the relivers can't live past 23.
Yes, exactly.
They have to just become relivers over and over and over again, because bodies don't last more than 23 years.
It's wild.
He's Xian the science guy.
Xian the science guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Xian the science guy.
The science guy. I like it. I do like it. I also like him.
Okay. Next is Adolfu.
Adolfo?
I have a hard time with his name.
Yeah.
It sounds
Adolf?
it feels very strange in my mouth. Adolf.
Yeah.
I don't want to say that.
No, I don't either. So we'll call him
Adolfo.
Because that's how they say it in the game. I don't normally like the big brother trope, but honestly, like, he's a pretty normal seeming character in the beginning.
Yeah, in the beginning, he definitely seems pretty normal. He works for the Corps, which is basically like the civilian police.
Yeah.
He's their leader, actually, right?
Yeah, he is the leader.
Yeah, so he's well liked. And he likes Ceres. He doesn't like the fact that, like, people call her Death.
No,
because
he
she's
doesn't.
his little sister.
He wants to protect her.
Yeah.
And I think it's cute. Like, he and her have a good relationship in the very beginning. Immediately when he meets her, she's like, oh, I really respect him. Like, I care about him a lot. Not meets him, but when she sees him in the first couple of scenes. He's very sweet. He's very normal seeming. Like, they're all very, well, not all of them are normal seeming.
Yeah,
but...
some of them, you know, right away, like, oh, this one is very strange.
Yes.
They're all very strange.
Yes, but Adolf, I actually, I liked him. I thought he was great.
Okay, what about Anku?
Anku is the very opposite of that. He is the one where you look at and you're like, yeah, you're a fucking weirdo, dude.
Yeah, he's Mr. Death.
Yeah, he's the Watchman of Death.
He's the Watchman of Death, and he is very strange and very weird, and he shows up and he's like, ooh, I am the Watchman of Death. I will watch over you. Let's make a deal. And Ceres is like, okay. And then after that, in some routes, you never see him again.
Yep.
And then in other routes, you see a lot of him. He's very important to the story. So in the routes where you never see him again, it's always fun. If he shows up at the end, you're like, this guy existed, huh?
Yeah. There are some routes like that, which I thought were very, very interesting. For most of them, he shows up quite a bit, I think. Well, actually,
no.
I don't know, even all of them. I think like maybe 2 or 3 routes he's like very, very present, and then the rest he's just like
not there.
Yeah. Well, okay. I don't know. He's very ethereal. He's very mystical. It's a whole vibe.
He has bomb fashion.
Yeah, he's on it. I love it. I love the like high fantasy, dark like fashion vibes.
Yeah,
it's very cool.
So those are the allies.
Those are the allies. That's the picks on allies.
Take your pick.
Yeah. Side characters, though, we have a nice like group of side characters.
Honestly, the side characters in this game,
they made it for me.
They really make the story. They're actually very, very important to the story.
They're so important to the story.
Every single one of the named side characters is incredibly important to at least one of the routes.
Yeah. I mean, I can think of other Otome games where there are side characters that are like kind of important, or you know, someone that the MC or one of the allies has a relationship with or kind of leans on, but in this game, they are integral.
Yeah, every single one of these
route is like one of these is important in one route or another.
Yeah,
really good. So let's start with Mom. Salome.
Salome is our mom.
Yeah, and she's also really fucking hot.
Yeah, she is. She's very attractive. She is a reliver who runs the orphanage that Ceres and Adolfo grew up in, and Ceres still lives at.
Yes.
She's very protective of her kids. She's a very good mom. She also has some type of connection to Xian.
Yeah, like they're friends but not friends.
Yeah, she sends Ceres to like deliver letters to him.
Yeah.
But
we don't really know the details.
No.
The thing that got me about Salome in the very beginning was how she shows up. She looks like she's dressed as a nun. Yeah. But she is the sexiest nun I've ever seen.
and not because she like wears revealing clothing. No, she's just beautiful.
She's just beautiful. She is a beautiful character. So yeah, I like Salome. She's fun.
Yeah.
Next one is the Hut.
So Dahato was 15 years old when he became a reliver. So he has like a 15-year-old's mentality and a 15-year-old's body.
He's adorable. He's cute.
He's a genius.
He's a genius.
So he is actually Xian's like number 2 at the Institute.
Yep. He's the second highest researcher at the Institute.
He's very helpful in most of the routes.
Yeah, I really, like, honestly, throughout this whole game as I was playing it, he's kind of best boy for me. Like, I like him so much.
Yeah, he's very helpful.
He's very sweet.
He's
very
like, yeah, I'll do that. Yeah, sure, let's go.
Yeah, I really like him. And he actually, because he works at the Institute, so he's, like, actually got access to good information, too.
Yeah, which we get because of him sometimes.
Exactly. So he's great.
Yeah.
And then there's Hugo.
Okay, Hugo's the actual best boy.
That's true. Hugo's the most normal.
Yeah.
I think if anybody out of this game is normal, it's Hugo. Nobody else but Hugo. He's just a normal dude. He's not a reliver. He is a
reliver.
He is a reliver?
Hugo's a reliver.
Oh, I forgot about that. Oh, he's from the rich district.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, he's rich boy.
He is. But he ends up, like, becoming friends with Ebe and, like, wanting to, like, just live a normal life with him.
Yeah, he's the guy who is Ebe's partner with their company Kurune. So they go and they help people, and Hugo basically is, like, the weight at the end of the balloon that is Ibu and keeps him from flying away. He has common sense.
He has a lot of common sense.
Yeah, it's great.
He has good decision-making skills. He has good opinions. He's always the first one to call out when something's a bad idea. Whether they do it or not, sorry to Hugo, they might do it, even if it is a bad idea. But he says something. So normal.
Yeah.
I love him. I really like Hugo.
Yeah. Good job, Hugo. Good job. Let's give Hugo a little round of applause.
Hugo. Okay. What about Cappuccino?
Dr. Cappuccino.
Not Cappuccino.
Dr. Cappuccino.
I love cappuccinos, and I do not like Cappuccino.
Yeah. So Cappuccino, he's a doctor who is in charge of a hospital that is anti-reliver.
Yeah, so they only treat people who aren't relivers.
Yes. And we see him a lot because the guys get beat up a lot. People get injured. The common root of this is them chasing a serial killer.
Oh yeah, we forgot to mention that, didn't we?
It's fine. It's fine. If you want to find out more, then play the game. The whole common root is them chasing a serial killer.
Yeah.
But we don't actually have to say anything more about it for you to get a gist of what the game is. So he runs this hospital that we're at a lot.
Yeah.
And one of the reasons why we're at it a lot is because of this next side character. Nadia Prusto.
I love her. She's Luca's younger sister.
Yeah, she's Luca's younger sister. She's sick, so she has to be hospitalized all the time. But she is just the sweetest girl.
Adorable. And I love her.
Yeah.
And I would say she's the most normal, but she has, like, a thing in her brain about how she wants her brother and Cetis to get married, and she's obsessive about it. Like, every time Cetis goes to visit her, she's like, are you in love with my brother?
She's just a little girl who's in the hospital. She's allowed to have her dreams.
She can't really do much. She can't move. It's like a whole thing.
Yeah, she's a very nice character. She lights up the screen whenever she sees a scene.
Yeah.
She's very sweet.
The last side character we'll talk about and mention is Jean.
Jean is Matisse's butler.
Yeah, he looks and acts like a butler.
And it does the butler stuff.
That's it.
And we can't tell you anything
all I can say about
Jean. He's the butler.
He's sometimes there and sometimes not.
Yes.
End of story.
Cool beans.
Okay, overall non-spoilery thoughts about the game, sis. Like, what'd you think?
Okay, so Virche is very interesting. But it has too much plot for me. I think they could have easily taken the plot from this one game and turned it into like 4 games.
It was a lot.
And
I feel like even a lot of things could have been explained more. A lot of things could have gone into more detail, but there just was so much packed in.
Yeah. So for me, it was really hard to keep track of everything. And we'll talk about this more in a second, but the way that you have to play the game is you have to go through everyone's bad ends before you can do anyone's salvation ends, which is the quote-unquote good ends. And so by the time I got through everyone's bad ends, when I went back to do like the previous LI's salvation ends, I didn't remember what had happened.
In the story, yeah.
If you have ADHD like this lady, that might be a little hard for you.
Yeah, I agree. And I took forever playing this game. It was just so heavy with the zetsubou.
And you have to take breaks.
I had to take breaks. It's just so, I couldn't play it all in one go.
It's not a happy game.
Yeah.
But if you like that type of thing, then it's great.
Yes. Well, so here's the thing is I actually really do like that type of thing.
Yeah, you like the angst.
I really love like dark angst, like really gritty stuff, murder,
Criminal Minds.
I feel very strange saying that I like murder.
Don't knock murder. We both obsessively watch Criminal Minds.
Yeah, we do. So I do like it. I like the concept. I think it's fascinating. I just thought the story was so convoluted. And the fact that, like you said, you have to play all of the zetsubou endings for each individual character. And then when you go back to do the salvation ends, you really kind of forget what the story was because it diverges very early on from the common route. So the common route itself actually isn't that long. Like
it's very intense.
It's very intense, so it's not that long. Because when you choose the character that you're going to go with, like that's when all the storytelling happens, right? So you kind of have to like remember what story or what pieces of information got released according to what LI you're dating. So whenever I remember going back to Xian's end and being like, oh, I actually don't know this thing that I knew from one of the other LI's endings in his salvation end.
Yeah.
So it was a little hard to keep track of. Super convoluted, but still I thought it was, like, I enjoyed it. I would say it is light on the romance for an Otome game.
Yeah, and honestly, I feel like for a decent amount of releases lately, that's been a bit of a theme. Like, there is romance, there are roots, but the main plot of this game is not romance.
Yeah. I feel like it's very much a deciding factor for, like, how they make decisions, I think. That makes sense. But it is not one of those games that you're going to go to and be like, this CG is so romantic, or this scene was so romantic.
It's more going to be like, this was horribly disturbing, and I'm going to have nightmares about it.
Yeah. I did really like the art, though. Like, I thought the artist was great. The art's
you
beautiful.
like that artist.
I think it's beautiful. The music also was really, really good.
The music, yeah. And honestly, the music really added to the dramatic, despair, horror aspect of it. They really did do a really good job with that.
Even with the happy music, like the music that they are playing.
There was happy music?
Well, when they're walking in the march.
I remember no happy music.
There is some like lighthearted music. There is some when they're just like walking. I like when they go on dates. Actually, I can't even say that they all go on dates because some routes there's no dates happening.
No, because there's too much murder.
That's right, and zetsubou. But there is some happy music, and I think they did a good job of placing the music where it made sense in the storytelling. I will say that there is a lot of bad science in this game.
There's okay. In the next episode, I feel like we're going to mostly be talking about the bad science because a lot of it has to do with botany, and our mother is a botanist.
Yes.
So we just like automatically know some things that the game does, and we're like, oh my god, that's wrong.
I spent a lot of time Googling genetics. Genetics concepts in order to play this game. I think your suspension of disbelief has to be extremely high in order to play this game. Like, you have to really immerse yourself into this world to, like, really feel it, because some of it is just nonsense.
Yes.
You're like, that's not how that works. Truthfully, that is not how DNA works. I'm sorry. Like, I don't know what to say.
Yeah.
But either way, I felt like, at least for me, it was really enjoyable. I liked the fact that, like, it's kind of a wild ride.
Kind of?
It's a lot of a wild ride, and the feels were there. I did feel the zetsubou really hard. I cried, and when I cry at a game, I know I'm like, oh, I'm really enjoying this. So, yeah, that's real.
I cried too, actually.
Did you?
I think I did.
You cried?
I think I did in like at least one of the bad ends.
Wow.
At least one of the bad ends I cried.
That's a surprise. Sister doesn't cry very often.
I don't cry at video games. I'll cry at like TV shows sometimes.
Yeah. I think if you like fantasy, if you like sci-fi, you like even like horror, it's definitely horror. Along those lines. Like, a lot of this game is blood and murder and just kind of awful things happening.
Mhm.
There's like the sci-fi aspect with the relivers. There's also this like fantasy aspect with like the
Watchmen
Shinigami,
of
the death. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think it was really enjoyable, and I like those genres, so I liked it a lot. I would just say it was very long, very convoluted, very complex, and hard to keep track of.
Take notes.
Mm-hmm. So we usually end this with doing the root order and a recommended root order.
Yeah.
So I will share my root order, you share yours, and then we can talk about a recommendation. My root order was I did Xian first, then Matisse, then Lucas, then Ibu, and then Adolphe and Anku.
And,
So
yeah.
for this game,
some of it you don't have a choice.
You don't have a choice. You have to do Xian, Matisse, and Lucas at some point at the very first.
Yeah.
And then once you finish those ones, you can do Ibu, and then you can do Adolphe and Anku.
Yeah. So we've got 3 locked LIs.
Yeah.
I did Matisse, Luca, and Xian, and then I went into Ibu and Adolphe and Uncle.
Yes.
But honestly, I don't think the first 3 really matter that much.
No, I don't think so either. Well, I would say if you
I think you get the least amount of overall plot in Matisse.
Yes. So if you want to start at being like kind of surprised as you go, I would probably do Matisse, then Xian, then Lucas. That's like what I would do.
Xian and Lucas, they have quite a few surprises.
And like things that are very integral to the story.
Yeah, Matisse doesn't have as much.
Yeah, I would say that you could probably do his.
Yeah, Matisse is about Matisse.
Yes.
He's just a baby.
He's just a baby. Yeah. So, take notes, do what you will, but you're kind of locked by the game.
Take notes.
My poor sister doesn't remember what happened. I don't either. A lot of things I totally forgot.
I remember the bad science, though.
I also remember the bad science.
We remember the bad science because it made us upset.
Yeah, we'll talk about the bad science more in the next episode.
We come from a family of PhDs.
Okay, so let's end this reviews and twos, as we always do, with a bone, marry, or yeet off a cliff.
Can I eat them all? Or do I?
That would be the easy thing to do.
Choose?
I think we have to choose.
You're going to make it hard for me.
Yeah, I think we have to choose.
Okay.
So we don't have our mug, our Ikemen Sengoku mug.
I moved 6 months ago, and my Ikemen Sengoku mug is still wrapped in bubble wrap somewhere.
Yes. We have an alternate method. So basically what I did is I found a Bustafellows tote in my sister's room because she got something from, was this from the Bustafellows 2 release?
I don't know.
Or did you buy this? I forget. It was really, really cute.
I just have a little Bustafellows like pencil bag.
It's adorable. And the cards that you get from the game when you buy it.
Fandis.
The Fandis.
Yeah, from the Virche
I
Fandis.
found those on her desk and I was like, instead of me writing labels, why don't we just pull cards from the tote? So I'm gonna show my sister this. I'm gonna have her go through and pick.
Oh God, I have to pick?
You have to pick, yeah.
Okay.
Pick a card.
Okay. First is Adolphe.
Okay, Adolphe. That's pretty solid.
Okay.
Who's
Second
next?
is Xian.
Yeah. Oh no, this is gonna be hard for me.
Okay.
Last
and
one.
Last is Matisse.
Oh, okay. Oh no. This is the one that's actually hard for me, you guys.
Honestly,
I was really hoping we would pull Lucas. I was really fucking hoping we'd pull Lucas.
Yeah, honestly, I think this would be less difficult for me.
Yeah. Oh my god. Okay. Well, do you want to take a stab? Do you know?
I think I do know, but I think it's gonna upset some people.
No.
So I know who I'm gonna eat. I would eat Matisse.
Sis, he's just a baby.
So I can't sleep with him.
He's not really a baby, but
I'm twice his age. I'm more than twice his age. He is 17 years old.
Okay, but suspension of disbelief. You're Cetus. You're not you.
He's still underage, and I'm still overage. He's still 17.
Yeah, you're right.
And I do not have the patience to deal with a man that much younger than me.
Understand. Okay, so we take Matisse and we yeet him off the cliff.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry, Matisse.
He'll be fine.
Yeah, he probably will be fine.
He'll be fine.
Okay, what about the other two? What would you do with Adolf and Xian? Because we have a bone and a Mary left.
Yeah. So the thing is, and this, because my favorite ally in this game is Xian.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Adolfu would make a better husband.
Ooh,
right?
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, hands
so
down.
I would bone Xian and I would marry Adolfu because I think he would try to take care of me and like do the things.
Mm-hmm.
I think he would make a good husband.
Yeah.
I'm relatively independent, so it would depend on the day. I'd probably be okay with Xian, but like with Adolfu, I wouldn't have to like worry about anything.
Yeah.
He'd just take care of shit.
That's true.
What about you?
That's really hard for me because the one that I would yeet off a cliff, we didn't pick. And the one that I would marry, we also didn't pick. So,
well,
what are my options? I honestly, sis, I think I'd do the same.
Yeah?
I honestly think I'd do the same. Because I would not want to marry Matisse.
You got so mad at me eating Matisse, and now you're saying you'd do the same thing.
Well, it's okay. I can have feelings and then change my mind. I like Matisse. I think he's sweet, but I wouldn't want to marry him. And I definitely wouldn't want to bone him. So he's got to go. So maybe not yeet off a cliff. Maybe we just like...
No, you said we had to choose bone, marry, yeet off a cliff. So if you're going to do something, you got to yeet him.
Well, maybe
Look at his face while you say that.
Maybe we just put him in like a basket and we lower him gently down the cliff.
That is not the act of eating.
Okay, fine. I have to commit. Well, then I'm committing. I can't bone him and I can't marry him. So you gotta go, Matisse. I'm sorry. And then for the other two, I totally think you're right. Like I also love Xian. I think he's my second favorite in this game. And so I would absolutely love to say I'd marry him, but realistically, like he's gonna be in the lab all the time.
Yeah, we never see him.
I'd never see my husband.
Where's my husband? I know where my husband is,
Yes,
but if I go and see my husband, he's just gonna pretend I'm not there.
Exactly. So, and I think like at the end of his route, like things may be different, but realistically, I think Adolf would be a better husband. He takes care of her. He can cook. He can clean. Like. He's pretty independent.
He has a job, but he also comes home at 6 p.m.
Yes, he does. He's accountable. He's responsible. So yeah, I would marry Adolfo and I would bone the heck out of Xian because he's so hot. But yeah, can't marry that one.
Yep. Wow, we agree.
We actually agree. I'm really
That's
impressed.
pretty rare.
Yeah, it is rare.
We don't usually agree on stuff like this. We do not have the same type at all.
Well, this was the spoiler-free episode of our reviews and twos for Virche Evermore.
Thank you for joining us today.
If you like what you hear and would like to support us, we have a Ko-fi account where you can donate to us keeping the podcast going.
We also have Twitter and Instagram where you can stay updated on what we're up to and other cool Otome-related stuff.
Thanks for listening. Bye!